Hello, welcome to Three Hamster Boys YouTube channel. My name is Jeff and we are in the middle of our maybe 40-day challenge, and today is day 18, almost halfway there. So when I started off today, today's Saturday, after working a whole week, I usually go in with my wife to the bakery, which you saw yesterday, and I work with her all day because I'd much rather be with her than not be with her. And it just seems weird if she goes into the bakery without me. For most of today, from 7 until about 5, I'm on my feet, I'm helping her out as much as I can, doing whatever I can around the bakery. And as I'm doing that, I start getting tired. Now, I think most people would get tired after 10 hours on your feet or 9.5 hours on your feet. But I started thinking about what does, getting old feel like? Because I am 57 years old. I'm not 20. And so I keep thinking, what does getting old feel like? I look at someone that's in their 70s and go, they don't look that old. But I know that when I was in my 20s and I looked at someone 57, I thought that person's pretty darn old, and I'm never going to be that old. I'm just not going to make it. And so I started thinking about, what does getting old mean? What does it feel like? So the one thing I could say is that I've never been a big person to celebrate my birthday. Yes, it comes every March 4th, and it's just another day in my life. And the counting of the years is just another number. In my mind, that's all it is. It's a number. I feel like I'm the same. I feel the same as I did when I was 23. Only when I was 23, I was on a submarine underneath the water for 60, 70 days, and I wasn't getting much sleep. I get a lot more sleep now, but I don't feel different, and I think that's part of me playing tricks on my mind. But I think it's very strange for me when I look at the context of getting old. I think it's in relationship to today, the relationship between today and things in your past or things that are coming up in the future. So for instance, in December of 2021, it marked 30 years out of the Navy. Now, I joined the Navy when I was a senior in high school, while I was still in high school. I got out of high school and I went in the Navy. And then I did nuclear power school, and then two tours on submarines, and then I got out in December of 91. So from 83 to 91, the Navy was my life. That's what I did. It was a major portion of my life because I was 18 when I went in, and I got out when I was 26. So it was a major part of my life, a major portion of my life. It was 8 out of the 26 years. So a third of my life was in the Navy. So for me to think, well, I've been out of the Navy longer than I was alive when I got out of the Navy, is just such a weird concept to me. I graduated high school in 1983. Well, next year, 2023, will mark 40 years out of high school. That can't be right. I just graduated high school, a couple years ago. I think the other thing that marks time for me is the relationships and my family. My wife and I will celebrate 29 years being married this year. That's just, when we got married in 93, next year will be 30 years. It just doesn't make sense, because it feels like just yesterday I was asking her out on a date. I was asking her, you want to go get some coffee or have dinner or whatever. And so it's just, that marking of time is just strange. Add on top of that, you live such a full life, and you're jumping from one day to the next day to the next day to the next day, and you're doing such really focused things in your life. So next month, both of my sons graduate. One from the National Conservatory of Dramatic Arts, and the other one from Shenandoah University. They're 23 and 21. So it's, for me, part of marking that time of making me feel older or that I've aged is that they're now 23 and 21. I can remember when they were born. I can remember, you know, when I was holding them for the first time. I can remember when they were, you know, this big. Nick was a little bit bigger than that, but Alexander was that big. But anyways, I think that part of aging is how you relate to the things in the past. Now, in the future, I was talking to someone that manages my 401k, and they were saying, well, when do you want to retire? And for me, that's a question that I didn't have an answer for. I love working. I love doing the work that I do. I love interacting with people. I love that part. So it's hard to say, when are you going to retire? But, you know, if you're looking at doing Social Security or whatever, I'm 10 years away from Social Security or somewhere around there. That's just mind-boggling to me because I don't feel like I'm ready to retire yet. And I'm probably not going to retire in 10 years, but it's one of those crazy things. So what I think in my mind, what aging is when you start getting stuck, when you start doing the same thing and you don't want to do anything else. We always joke, you know, you get into this rut of doing, you know, you get up at this time, you do this thing, you do that thing, you know, every Tuesday is Taco Tuesday, every Friday you get pizza, you know, it's one of those things where you start going, I'm doing the same thing over and over again. And I think that when you do that, that's when you start feeling old because there is no great expectation. There is nothing new that's around the corner because you're doing, you know, the thing that you've always done. And I think that because I don't want to do the same things, because I don't want to be the same person I was a year ago. I want to be a different person next year and the year after that and the year after that. I want to just keep changing and evolving and learning and, you know, tasting and speaking and meeting and everything. I want everything to be new. I want it just to keep changing on me. And I also want to be learning because change just for the sake of change doesn't do anything for you because then it just is chaos. Although, you know, I do like the chaos, but I like to learn. I like to think that the next thing we're doing is something really new and refreshing and something that is going to challenge me to look at and to really evolve into. When you stop doing that change, then you start feeling old. I think the real thing with me is that I want to do something new. I want to hear from someone that's new. If you look at my the 3 series that I want to do, there's one about Kreceks, which is just going to be looking at the things that we make. So I don't think that that's really an evolving kind of, you know, thing that we're doing. One of the other ones is footprints, is what we're doing for this YouTube channel to evolve it, to take the next step, to make it better, to keep going. So I think that by filming where we started and going through those steps about how we're evolving this channel is learning. It's being able to do it and also to go, what are we changing? You know, how are we doing something different? If it didn't work, then let's do something different. And then the third one is the 5 foods. And I think that for me, that's really my passion project, is talking to people that have given up everything to immigrate to the United States. It's something that's unbelievable that you would give up everything you know and that you would come here, not knowing, not sure what the next step is. You know, I think it's just one of those fantastic things that, you know, just shows incredible courage to do. So, I mean, I think that for me, the big thing is that the 5 foods one is I want to hear their stories. I want to hear what people do. So what I will I keep asking you for things that I can do better, things that, that you'd like to see on here. What I'd also like to hear is that if you're a first-generation immigrant, if you left your home in order to come to the United States and make the United States your home, I would love to interview you. I would love to showcase you and your foods and what you left behind, because I think it's an incredible story. And I think it's a remarkable thing to do. And once again, I will learn so much from it. And hopefully the people that watch this video will learn something. So kind of a more serious topic, but I was just thinking about it today, as I get tired. It's been a long day, but we are going to do snack time. So if you just give me a second, we'll set up snack time, and then we'll go from there. All right, see you in a little bit. Hello and welcome back for snack time. So today we're going to try two things that we're not sure where they're coming from or where they would normally be. This one definitely looks kind of Japanese, kind of Chinese, so we're not quite sure. And this one's called a flour pastry. And then these chips, they look like Japanese, but the characters don't look right. So I'm not quite sure, but this company is from the Philippines, so we're going to give it a try. Let's pull some out here, see what we've got. All right, and this is just regular chips. So let's give it a taste. So the chips are good, not greasy at all. Really good potato taste. There's a subtle taste of some sort of flavoring or spice. It's not spicy, although there's chilies on the front. It's kind of sweet and a little bit sour. Really good. I think that I could eat a bowl of these. So definitely good. All right, so we're gonna open up this one now. And so this is supposed to be a flour pastry. And so we're not quite sure what we're gonna get here. So open it up. All right, and you can see it's a little pastry. All right, let's go ahead and break it open. So you can see there's a filling in here. The pastry is really flaky. Has a rose water, rose petal kind of smell to it. The dough's good. It's a little bit dry, but I don't think it's not dry in a bad way. I think that's what the dough is. It's very aromatic. You can almost taste the smell of the rose petals in it, or the rose water in it. And it kind of fills up your mouth and your nose. Because the taste on my tongue is very subtle. These don't have a real strong spice, the chips don't. But even that flavor is still in my mouth, even though I'm tasting these flour pastries. It's good. I would think that this is something that you would have with like tea, afternoon tea or whatever. It's a very subtle taste. Definitely not sweet. It is definitely not a sweet treat, but it's not unappealing. I'm not a big subtle flavor kind of guy. I want big, strong, flavor that I can taste and really be a part of. So the rankings. For the tier list, I would say this is an A. The chips are not greasy. They're really nice, really firm, really crunchy. The taste is very good. I really like the taste. It's not a strong taste, but it's a very appealing taste. It's something, you put these in a bowl next to you when you're watching a movie or whatever. It's going to be a delightful thing to eat. So I'm going to give this one an A. This one, although it's not really something that would be something I would like, I think it's still appealing. I think that it's very it's very delicate, and I'm not really delicate. So I'm gonna give the flour pastries a B, B, just because I think it's nice. It's just not something I would reach for normally, but it would be, if I had these and, little sandwiches and some tea, it would be great. So I'm gonna give that one a B. Not unpleasant, but not one of my favorites. So an A and B. Hopefully you like that. Hopefully the first part of the video wasn't too serious. Please follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, @3 Hamster Boys. If you like this video, press the like button. If you'd like to see more of our videos, push the subscribe button. Like I kind of alluded to earlier in the video, there's 3 series that are coming after we get done with this. Right now I'm just trying to get through these 40 days. Making these every day is really, really difficult. So hopefully you'll enjoy it. Hopefully I'll come up with some good topics over the next, 20 days that we have left. And I will talk to you soon. Thank you very much. Bye.